The sky above you is burning, not with the gentle glow of dawn, but with the screaming, violent light of a star that has lost its way. Imagine, if you can, the unthinkable, our sun, the heart of our solar system, the giver of life, suddenly veering off course, plunging toward us in a cataclysmic descent. This isn't just the end of days, this is the universe itself unraveling, a cosmic mistake, a horror beyond comprehension. And yet, what if it wasn't an accident? What if something or someone pulled it down? At first, you wouldn't even notice. The sun would still rise, still set, its golden light spilling over the world as it always has, but astronomers would see it first, a tiny irregularity in its path, a shift so slight it could be dismissed as an error in calculation, until the numbers keep changing, until the orbits of the planets begin to wobble, their delicate dance thrown into chaos. Mercury, then Venus, their trajectories warping as the sun's gravity grows stronger, closer, and then Earth. The days would stretch longer, the sun swelling in the sky, its light no longer warm but searing. Birds would fall silent, animals fleeing in instinctive terror as if they could outrun the inevitable. The oceans would begin to boil. First at the edges, great clouds of steam rising like ghosts from the waves. Coastal cities would drown not in water, but in a suffocating fog, the air itself turning thick and toxic. And then, the fires. Forests would ignite like tinder, entire continents reduced to ash in hours. The sky, once blue, would darken into a hellish orange, the sun now a monstrous orb consuming the horizon. But the worst part? You would still be alive to see it. Humanity would fracture in those final days. Governments would collapse. Religions would declare it divine wrath. Scientists would scream into the void for answers that no longer matter. Some would dig, desperate to bury themselves deep enough to escape the heat. Others would stare upward, transfixed by the dying light, their eyes burning before their bodies do. And then, the sound, a deep, resonant hum, vibrating through the planet itself as the sun's gravity shreds the crust, pulling mountains into the sky before swallowing them whole. The oceans would rise in towering tsunamis, only to evaporate before they crash. The air would ignite, the world would burn from the outside in. And then, silence. The sun would consume Earth in a single, merciful instant. A flash of light, and then darkness. The other planets would follow, one by one, until the entire solar system is nothing but debris spiraling into a dying star. But here's the question that lingers, the one that claws at the edges of your mind. What could make a star fall? Stars don't just crash. They don't deviate without cause, unless something interfered, unless something reached out from the dark and tugged, ... Was it a black hole, drifting unseen until it was too late? A rogue planet, massive enough to distort the sun's path? Or something else? Something intelligent? Something hungry? Because the universe is old and dark, and we have always feared that we are not alone in it. What if this was never an accident? What if this was always the plan? And if that's true, how many other suns have already fallen?